Most of my career across 12 years has been built on writing. The quality, authority, and engaging flow of that writing is what has literally brought in all of my customers. And across those 12 years, I've served tens of thousands of customers. And the service I sold for 10 years was the writing I got good at doing. I'm here to tell you that if an AI tool that is charging you money is positioned to you as an undetectable AI writer, it's 2024, and going forward, that premise, I believe, is 100% bogus. And here's why. In this video, I'm going to take you to my desk where I analyzed 10 pieces of content written by 6 different leading AI tools and 1 human writer. 2 of these pieces of content are very, very successful, ranking at the top of Google. And I'm going to show you what the top AI detector platform out there, Originality.AI, had in the results of an AI detection scan on all 10 of these pieces of content by 6 different AI tools leading the space and 1 human writer. I think the results are really going to surprise you. And after I share with you just how bogus this idea of undetectable AI content is and why you should never put money on an AI tool because that's the promise, I'm going to show you what good content really is. I'm going to break it down, keep it simple, and by the end of this video, you're going to understand why and how AI literally is the best copywriter, but also you don't really need to worry about the term undetectable at all. You need to worry about good content, and I'll show you what that looks like. It all boils down to a few key things. And by the way, real quick, if we haven't met, I'm Julie McCoy. I sold a 100-person writing agency I built to adapt to the AI age. I was the president at one of the very first human-like content writing platforms out there. And now I'm the founder at First Movers, an AI integration company where we build novel solutions using AI to close the gap between marketing goals, the KPIs that marketing teams need to achieve, and all the AI tools out there. We close that gap. All right, so let's jump into this analysis of what happened when I put 10 different pieces of content by 6 different AI writers and 1 human writer through the top AI detection platform out there called Originality. And I'll show you why AI detection is pretty much bogus. And then what you need to know about developing good content with AI for your brand, your message, your social media profiles, you name it. All right, so let's hop on over to my desk. All right, so we're looking at the inside of Originality.AI, which is the leading AI content detector out there. I spent about $30 to be able to run these 10 scans, and I still have a balance left over. So this runs on either credits, you can top up your credits, purchase credits, or go ahead and subscribe, which starts at $13 for 2,000 credits a month. AI detection scans plagiarism. So it looks for plagiarism as well as AI detection. And AI detection really comes down to, does this read like a robot wrote it? So AI detectors don't know for sure that a robot wrote something. They just know the syntax of words and word patterns. And they're looking for, does this sound like it's robotic or does this sound human-like? And what's interesting, I ran a writing agency, studied good writing like it was the air I breathe. And a lot of writers write like a robot. So all in all, to me, AI detection is calling out bad writing. It's not calling out the robots, it's calling out bad writing. And that's why even this humanly generated piece of content ranking in the top of Google, developed by a human, is still 76% AI. But also, here's why I think all these results are bogus. So, first of all, whenever you think of what good content is, it needs to be engaging, it needs to have good flow. And whenever you just prompt ChatGPT, let's get out of my GPT bot and let's say, write a blog about the future of content marketing. Well, you're not going to get good content. Yeah, this content won't pass an AI detector, but beyond that, if we think about that as a benchmark that no longer matters, because it really doesn't, everything scores in Originality as detected as AI, and I'll run through these results in a minute. But if you prompt ChatGPT like this, you're not getting content that's personalized to your brand, your voice, your style. And most of all, even more important than sounding like you and your brand is good copywriting, meaning you've written something that is easy to digest. None of this is easy to digest. This is so wordy. It's so full of fluff. But again, coming from 10 years of building a writing agency, the common problem I saw was writers did the same thing. A lot of writers, especially the ones that had a lot of academic training and credentials, they learned the essay style, which was how many words can you hit, not the flow, the digestible nature of that content, the structure, which is far more important to content that goes far than word count. Okay, so going back to these 10 pieces of content, I ran a ChatGPT written piece of content through Originality.AI, and it came out 100% AI. And this was using a series of prompts that I've developed that produces really good content. So this is what I would define as a good blog. And let me go ahead and pull that up so you know what we mean when we talk about what does a good piece of content look like. So, by the way, I am loving Search GPT. I have the Chrome extension installed for Search GPT, and I have it set to my default search engine now. So whenever I type anything up here in the search browser, I am instantly redirected to Search GPT instead of Google. And we're using Chrome. So I have found that to be seriously incredible, absolutely incredible. Okay, so here's what happens whenever I put in a prompt and my specific style of prompting an AI that produces good results. So this is with my GPT, which is actually in the ChatGPT store called Julie McCoy's SEO Content Blog Post Writer. And what we've done is we've thrown in a prompt for a topic, which is a game changer. If you give AI a topic, it'll naturally weave in more relevant keywords than, write an article on this keyword. So if you give it topical guidance, game changer. So then we fill in the gap with personal thoughts. So topic, thought, and then a CTA. And those three things are really powerful. That's how you form the essence of a thought leadership piece of content. You've got to have personal supporting thoughts that come from your brain. You've got to have a CTA that links that piece of content to an actual place for that person to go that connects them to your company. And then any way you can guide the AI is going to be really powerful as well. So to recap and whiteboard this really quick, this is a good way of thinking about it, the TPCG formula. So I always think about giving AI a topic, not a keyword, clear topic, keep it 4 or 5 words. If it's a researched keyword that has a keyword difficulty score, awesome. Keep it a topic though. Tell AI this is your topic. Then you're going to support that with personal insights on that topic and then connect it to a CTA, like tell the audience to go click on my First Movers community where we help people become first movers in the AI age and learn how to automate their marketing. Right? And then we can go link that, take that and link that to our sales page ourselves. That's easy. That takes seconds. But if it writes the copy for us, perfect. And then any specific guidance you can give the AI, like keep sentences short, don't use this word, avoid saying this. That's great to stay on brand. So if we go back to the content that we've written, this is good content. And by good content, it's well researched. We've even got specifics. The more specific you get with your content, the better. If you're going to say, hey, consider these tools, you better name them, break them down in the categories they're in. This is what good content looks like. We've structured it as well with an intro. This is called a blog hook. Something that tells people this is why you need to care. Content marketing is now worth this much. And if you're not using AI, you're not just behind, you're missing out. Oh, and by the way, 2/3 of organizations are now actively using AI. So the beautiful thing is we can get content this good out of LLMs right now. OpenAI is definitely one of my favorite LLMs for good writing. So ChatGPT, O1 with reasoning is awesome. I also like Gemini. I think that Gemini is really good at pulling in better sources than OpenAI. So it'll actually go and get a very specific source like this Accucenter link. And we've given it the same prompts, by the way. We're giving it a topic, personal thoughts, CTA, and guidance. It's very specific thoughts. So look at this specific link. Oh, and by the way, This is a study by a huge, well-known resource. So that's awesome. It linked to that right there. So I have found Gemini better at the actual links. And again, we've signed up for Gemini. This is the advanced workspace plan. I think it cost me $16 a user on my workspace. So Gemini Advanced, and then I've given it that same prompt that I gave ChatGPT. The same prompt. Here's the topic, personal thoughts about it. Here's a CTA about what we want to sell. And by the way, find support stats and link to them. So that's where we've given the AI some guidance. Give the tools and methodologies to adapt. And that's very brief, right? We haven't really done a lot of work. We've just thought through that prompt. About 5 minutes or less of thought went into that prompt itself. And then because we're using a custom GPT or an advanced model that does the research better, this one definitely does, a little bit better than the other LLMs, we're getting what I would say is near publish ready output. Now, whenever I look at the scans, I want to run through these real quick. We looked at Gemini. So Gemini outputs straight without any editing. ChatGPT output, like what I showed you, without any editing, but not with a crappy prompt, with a custom built GPT, my SEO content blog post writer, which is in the GPT store. So we've used something that has been trained on the right data, but it still came out. This ChatGPT article on that GPT bot came out 100% AI. This Gemini article, 100% AI. This Gemini article, 99% AI. This Brandwell article, I used to work inside that platform. It's one of the best AI SEO automation platforms. The content it writes is amazing. Grammarly has an AI writer. It also scored 100% AI. And by the way, this human article, ranking at the top of Google for content marketing statistics, scored 76% AI, which is, on the high end. So is a human any better? No, it would appear not. And it came out plagiarized, which the other AI generations didn't come out at all. They came out 100% original. So the human output, I would say, is one of the worst, because plagiarism is probably worse than AI detection. Plagiarism comes across as duplicate content to Google, which can actually de-rank your site. Oh, but by the way, that's ranking at the top of Google. So you see what I'm saying? These scans don't really mean that much. This is 100% AI written by Jasper, and this ranks at the top of Google. It was written by Brandwell. This is ranking for a keyword related to that topic on the Brandwell site, and it scores 75% AI, but it's ranking at the top of Google. So again, what's important? The goal, ranking at the top of Google. Oh, and this one came out plagiarized as well. Ranking number 1 in Google for a keyword variation of this title. Working, bringing in leads every day. So whenever you think about good content, making sure that it's undetectable should not be number 1. I mean, if this is one of the top AI detectors out there, and it's critically evaluating all of these pieces of content, even the humanly written one, as AI, likely AI, then I would say this is bogus, because it means nothing if these pieces of content are ranking, performing, and meeting that benchmark of good content. So that, my friends, is why I think AI detection is not too much more than bogus and a scam. Super quick, I want to drop in that I am no longer writing or releasing Upskill, which is a book I announced a couple months ago that was going to come out at the end of 2024 with a co-author I am no longer associated with. That book I am no longer writing, but I wanted to share that right now, my 9th book is available for pre-order. And no, it's not the one I'm writing with Dave Shapiro, although that one is in progress as well. That's called The Great Decoupling, and oh my gosh, I can't wait till that book is in your hands. It is a weapon of mindset and physical preparation for what's coming. But the book right now available for pre-order on my Amazon profile is called Fluid, The Adaptability Code, Breaking Free from AI Fear to Own Your Future. I consider myself one of the most adaptable humans on earth. When I was 21 years old, I left a cult I was born into in the middle of the night to start a brand new life. Across the next 10 years, I became became a partner, a parent, and the creator of several businesses, one of which was a 100-person human writing agency that sold in 2021. Yes, right before ChatGPT came out in 2022. I saw the writing on the wall with GPT. I got out. I adapted yet again. I've been studying the science of human adaptability. Authors like Peter Diamandis, his book Abundance, have made a great impression on me, and I think even more relevant and important than physical tips on how to upskill in your industry is the overall importance of adaptability. How do you see AI and your future? Do you have the right adaptation mindset? This book will be full of case studies, my own personal story of adaptation, how I've done it several times over, and how you can be not just an early adapter, but a first mover, which also coincides perfectly with the mission of my AI company, firstmovers.ai. I can't wait to share this book with you. Right now, it is available for pre-order, so you can go check it out on Amazon. Fluid, the Adaptability Code by Julia McCoy. Thank you so much for watching my video. It's great to have you around with me here on the tubes. If you haven't, subscribe to my channel for thought-provoking, critical deep dives where we go into the rabbit holes of artificial intelligence. I believe that we are on the precipice, year zero, of one of the greatest ages of abundance humanity has ever seen, and it all comes down to how we adapt to this new age. Not only how we integrate AI into the workplace and gain massive efficiency leaps, but also our lives, so that we can step away from human doing, an unhealthy attachment to economic productivity, and back into the realm of human being, which is what we were born for, to find our meaning, our purpose, and our passion in life. If that sounds good to you, hit subscribe. Tell me in the comments what you learned from this video. If you have follow-up questions or video suggestions, I'd love to hear those as well. You know what I'm about to say. As always, I'll see you down the next AI rabbit hole.